Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Sayhan. What's up, man? Gonna try to keep it green, bro. Gonna keep trying, man. Okay, so let me get my watch list out. I'll add my watch list to the chat so everybody can see it. Here is my watch list, everybody. There you go. So I'm watching NEOT. Made about a little bit of money on this one yesterday. Let's see what else. SSKN. PLX. XNET. TRXC. SPPI, HCLP, BNTC, CLNE, GPRO, GoPro, RXDX, Yeah, RXDX, it's a little bit more expensive of a stock, but it's moving pretty nicely so far in after hours, so I'm going to be watching that one for sure. I'm going to watch NEOT to see if it can break $2. You know, that's the obvious plan with this one. I want to see SSKN pick up a little bit more volume before close and possibly try to test that 250s area, but it's okay if it doesn't and it tries to test it at the open. I'll like that as well. PLX is a really cheap stock, but it's moving really nicely in after hours. You can see it reached a high of 93 cents, and so I obviously want to see this one test $1 and hold over it. And HCLP, I want to see it push back over 10 in the rest of pre-market and hold, and then possibly test that 1030 area. So we got a few decent movers this morning. Hopefully we can all make some money today. Good morning, Marwan. And so we also have GoPro moving a little bit. I used to trade this one on SureTrader. I haven't traded it lately anymore, but it's right around that high of the after hours and pre-market at 970. It's at 968 now, and so I'm going to be watching that one to see if it can push over that 970 area for a pre-market high break. But I really like this little cheap one right here, PLX. It's gapping up really nicely. It closed yesterday at about 65 cents. It reached a high of 93, and it's at 89 now, and so I want to see that one break $1. Gonna be watching that one for sure. SPPI is moving a little bit as well. A little bit more expensive, but it's moving nonetheless. Kind of bouncing back up, testing this after hours pre-market high of 1979, and so we'll see if it holds over 19. That's kind of the important level with this one, and 18 is definitely important as well, and so this one's moving pretty quick. We'll watch it as well. And then RXDX, it's a little bit more expensive of a stock as well, kind of like SPPI, but it's giving up some of it, but it's still moving quickly. I want to see it hold over this 17 area. Just make sure it holds it as support before I get in that one. But yeah, we'll see if NEOT has another push. There's also TRXC, which has been on our watch list for the last few days, and it's moving. It's definitely moving a little bit in after hours, and it's holding those gains from yesterday, which I like. And so we'll see if it can hold over 4. That's the crucial level, in my opinion, for TRXC. And we'll see if PLX makes this push towards $1. I want to see it get a little bit higher before the open today, so I'd like to see it bounce a little bit higher, but if not, I could always get in at the break of 93. I'm just worried it will get rejected at this $1 area, and so I'm watching that one for sure. It's moving a decent amount, has some decent volume in after hours so far. Also watching XNET. Not moving too much, but it made this big push yesterday and it held most of those gains, and so we'll see if this one can push up and break that 550 area. And also watching NEOT, like I said. This one made a big nice push. I made a little bit of money on it yesterday. It basically made my day. It was the biggest trade I had. I only made $12 from it, but I made a little bit getting in right here at 119 and riding it up for this push up to the 130 something area, 133 maybe. So I just rode it up for this little push here, or maybe it was this one, I'm not sure. But I got in NEOT, made a little bit of money with it, and it's gapping up some in after hours. It closed at 172. It's at 193 now, and so I want to see it break over 2 and 205 for that pre-market high break, as well as the whole dollar. So that's my plan with that one. Good morning, Sandra. Oh yeah, I'm also watching BNTC. I called this one out in my watch list. It's moving a little bit. It gapped up a little bit since I called it out. It's at it closed at 277 up to 308. So we'll see if it holds over 3. Possibly breaks this pre-market after hours high of 346. Also watching CLNE, but it doesn't have the volume I really want it to, and so this one's going to be kind of on my back chart. Just not that much volume. It's right under that $0.50 at 249, and it doesn't have the biggest range at all, but I'll watch it nonetheless. Okay, so we have NEOT, SSKN, PLX, TRXC, XNET, GPRO, RXDX, HCLP, and what am I missing? What's up, Jake? Good morning, Kier. SPPI. What am I missing here? BNTC. And I think that's most of my watch list. Yep, so this is my watch list, guys. It's also included in the chat. What's up, Chi? CLD, Jake? Let's check out CLD. Yeah, it doesn't have that much volume in after hours in pre-market, but it could always test this 440 area, and so we'll see if it pushes back up. It's gapping down a little bit, but it doesn't have that much volume, and so that gap down isn't that important just because it has no volume with the gap down. It could always push back up, and so we'll watch it and see. I'll keep this one on the back as well, just because it doesn't have that much volume, but I'll keep watching it. I'm also watching, what was it, HCLP. It's right under $10 now. I want it to hold over this 980 point, so we'll see if it can break 10 at the open, but it's moving a decent amount as well. So watching HCLP. Volume in after hour, in pre-market and after hours, I'd like to see, I don't know, like I like to see, hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that. I like to see at least like, I don't know, 10 to 15,000 shares per minute traded in pre-market and after hours for good volume. I want to see it moving is the most important thing. If it's not moving, like here's one that's not moving, CLNE. You know, and this one's gapping up, but it's just not moving that much. It's not moving at all. You know, and this is a 1 minute chart, and you can see it's just not moving at all. And so nobody's watching it. And I know I went over it yesterday, but technical analysis in general works better when more people are watching it, when it has the most momentum. And so if nobody's watching it, you know, it's really hard to get good plays. And with low volume, a stock can drop really quickly, go up really quickly. And so it's a lot less reliable, in my opinion, with low volume. But I really like this cheap one, PLX. It's one of my favorites this morning. It's up to 90 cents, right around that pre-market after hours high of 93. You can see it had a few good flag patterns. We'll look at it on the 2 minute. A few little flag patterns here, but it's moving a decent amount in after hours. Let's see. Yeah, this one has some decent volume. On this candle, it had 96. Or wait, let me see. It had basically 100,000 shares traded in this 2 minute candle here. And so this one's moving a lot, which I like to see. This one's moving decent as well. Had, let's see, 61,000, so about 30,000 per minute. TRXC is moving some. It's got about 13,000 per minute shares traded. And so the volume's okay. It's moving, which is what I want to see. It all depends on how much the stock costs. If it's a really cheap stock like this one, it's obviously going to have more shares traded per minute. But if it's a more expensive stock, it's going to have less. And so NEOT, I wish the volume would pick up on it. APHB. Oh, I didn't see that one. Good call, Jake. I missed that one, man. Let's see. Has okay volume, kind of low volume, but it's moving is the most important thing. You know, regardless of how much volume it has, I just want to see it move. You know, I don't want to see it at a standstill like CLNE, which just isn't moving. It's just got at a standstill. So, as long as it's moving, I'm happy with it, you know. See, I like this. I know I've gone over my swing trading strategy, and it doesn't always work, but one of my favorite strategies is when the stock has a slow morning and then picks up volume right around the end of the day. You know, and you can see here it gapped up a decent amount after that. That's one of my favorite swing trading strategies. I think I have one trade left on Robinhood, one day trade left on Robinhood, so I may try to keep that streak going I have on Robinhood today. But honestly, lately I've been having a lot of losing trades right at the open, and I usually end up bouncing back, and my more profitable trades are, you know, later on in the day. And so I've been thinking a lot about kind of skipping that first 5 or 10 minutes of the open and just waiting, you know, just because I've been doing much better after a few minutes past the open. You know, that's usually when my winning trades come in. And some of it has to do with not getting filled on UStock lately. I don't know what's been going on with them, but I've just been doing much better towards the later part of the day instead of earlier. And so, like yesterday, I think I had 1 or 2 losing trades, and then I ended up making it back and being up $4 or $5, $3 or $4 when the stream ended, and then having another profitable trade later on in the day. And so I've been thinking a lot about possibly, you know, waiting a few minutes before getting into a trade. I know a lot of people wait for the first 15 minutes to pass before they trade anything, just because that's when the market's the craziest. And so I'll be thinking about it. If I see a really good setup at the open, I'm obviously going to take it, but something to think about depending on how I do today at the open. We'll see. Nice call, Jake. Good job, bro. They're both gapping up some, man. So you're up about 20 cents on NEOT. Where'd you get in at on APHB and NEOT? Oh, yeah, I'm watching TROV. TROV had good news. I was listening to Squawk. What's up, Troy? I did hear about TROV. It had good news. I can't remember what it was, but it had some type of good news. Can't remember it. I was listening to Benzinga on Thinkorswim earlier, and so can't remember what the news was on TROV, but I did hear something about it. I did already, Troy, so you may be able to scroll back, but here, I'll go ahead and add it. Throw it back in there for you, man. Hold on one second. Let me add this. All right, so I'm going to put my watch list back in the chat. So here's my watch list, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and add TROV on it as well, and APHB. All right, here's my watch list, guys. Watching PLX, see if it can push back up towards that 93-cent area. TROV. See, I saw TROV when it was right, I don't know where it was. It might have been up here whenever I noticed it this morning. I saw it at about 7:30 this morning, maybe a little bit earlier, 7:15 maybe. So I saw it when it was right here. So we'll see if it can hold over this 90-cent area. So APHB 149, that's a good entry. You got in right before the close. And then NEOT 175. Okay, so both of those were good entries. TROV up to 91 cents. And then we have these more expensive movers this morning as well. I don't know if y'all like those, but we have RXDX. A little bit more expensive, but they're still moving nonetheless. SPPI. It's moving as well. Then we have GoPro, GPRO, gapping up some. Then we have BNTC. It's moving a little bit. I called this one out in my watch list, and it's gapping up some since then, but we'll see what it does. It's been having kind of bigger swings from up and down, so we'll see. See if we can break this high right here at 345. That's where, what was that, Wednesday's high was, and so we'll see if we can break that. That's kind of a big important resistance level. We'll see if it can break. PLX pushing up towards that 93-cent area for that pre-market high, maybe breaking out here. We'll see. You swung TRXC, Jake? Yeah, it's gapping up 24 cents. So if you got in around there, you know, good try. I'd be careful with this one just because this one, it's been up a decent amount. You can look at the 15-minute chart and see it's been up from its low at 143, and so it's been up for the last few days. In my opinion, it's going to crash eventually, and so be careful with it. But that was a good swing. It gapped up, so good call, man. Appreciate it, Anthony. Appreciate it, bro. TRXC starting to push up now. It's up to 421, so we'll see if it flags right here. NEOT down to 186. Today's one of those days where I'm running out of charts to put stuff on. Let me see, TRXC. I've got two screens, so I won't have this problem, but I'm having it. I guess I could put some on my laptop. Nice, man. So you made 100 on UStock, Jake? Good job, bro. So we'll see if PLX can make that push. It's consolidating right here. Make that push towards 93 cents. See about APHB, TROV as well. TROV up to 91 cents. And let's see, there's all those expensive stocks. Also watching XNET. This one's not moving as much as I want it to, but it's gapping up a little bit, and it could test this previous resistance here in the 450s, or the 550s and the 445 area, or that 544 area. So we'll see BNTC starting to push back up. Nice, Jake. Good job, man. Awesome gain, man. You know, that's a big gain for that small account, bro. Good job, dude. All right, so watching TROV, PLX, BNTC, XNET, NEOT. Let's see. BNTC. Watch TRXC. See what it does. GPRO. There's some decent movers so far. Let's see, we got GPRO. So TROV and PLX has me confused for a little bit just because they're right around the same point. They look very similar. Although TROV had good news this morning. I don't know about PLX. I'm going to look PLX up to see if it had any news. TRXC is kind of flagging a little bit, bouncing off of that 420 area. I don't see that much news on PLX, not on Robinhood. Robinhood's not showing the news. I'm going to check it on Thinkorswim to see if Thinkorswim's showing any news stories on PLX. Let's see. Yep, it had some news. Surged in pre-market trade Wednesday after announced an ex-US license and collaboration agreement with Chiesi Pharmaceutical SPA, the company's chemically modified version of the recombinant protein alpha something protein that is currently being evaluated in phase 3 clinical trials for the treatment of Fabry disease. So good news for this bio stock for PLX. That's why it's up. I know TROV had some news as well. Let's see what it had. So TROV had good data come in from preclinical research. So good news on TROV. That was the news. I couldn't remember what it was. So good news on TROV, PLX. We'll watch NEOT. It ran a little bit. TRXC was flagging like I thought it was. So you can look at TRXC. Pushing up a little bit. Up to 430s. Reached a high of 434 on this push. So we'll see if it can push up testing that 445 area. Or that 450 area. A visible watermark on my charts? I'm not sure, man. Haven't tried. I'll look it up, see if I can, and then put it in there tomorrow for my stream tomorrow if I can, Lewis. CLNE, good news. Yeah, I think I was listening to Benzinga for CLNE. It just doesn't have that much volume. It only had 1,400 shares traded this last minute in after hours and pre-market, so not a ton of volume. It could still possibly run. You never can really know, and so gonna watch it, but it's gonna be on my backlist. Watching PLX, TROV, NEOT, BNTC. SPPI starting to kind of push up. testing that after hours and pre-market high of $19.90 up to $19.88 now, so we'll see what that one does as well. A little bit more expensive of a stock, so we'll see what SPPI does, see if it has a little bit of momentum breaking over that into that $20 area. Was watching RXDX, but it's given up some of this big push, testing $17 now on the washout, so bounced right off of it. We'll see if it can hold above it and keep up. Yeah, no problem, Lewis. I'll check it out and see. If you're just now joining us and you want to see me day trade live at the open, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like this stream video. It definitely helps support us, so we really appreciate it. So NEOT, RXDX, TROV, PLX, GoPro, moving a little bit, gapping up some. Not a ton of volume for this one though. So we'll see if it pushes back up, but it's gapping up nicely, so we'll see. Watching XNet as well. APHB by the call out from Jake. It's up to 168, so we'll see what this one does, see if it can keep pushing up. DEST. Yeah, I want to see this one pick up. I mean, it's right under where it closed yesterday. I wish UStock didn't do this every time. If you leave it sitting, it'll log you out automatically. So I wish it didn't do that. But yeah, I want to see DEST push over where it closed at. You know, right here at 238. Right here where it closed. So I want to see it push over that. It's at 234 now, so it's technically gapping down a very small amount. And so I want to see it go up and possibly test that 250 area if it can make it over where it closed at 238. NEOT starting to fall back down to 183. We'll see if it finds some support like it did previously at this 180 point. Let's see what else. See if I can find anything else moving that I missed. I already said BNTC. TROV, PLX, NEOT, TRXC. Let's see. APHB. NEOT starting to fall back down to 179. So we'll see if it found support, like I said, at this 180 point. Bouncing back up a little bit now. We'll keep watching that one. NEOT down to 177. So we'll see if it holds over where it closed at 172. Let's see what it does. Oh yeah, SSKN. I completely forgot about that one. That one was on my list as well. So I like this one. We'll see if it can break that 260 point, and you know, I really like it if it can hold over this 250 area and then break 260. So gonna watch that one for sure. NEOT down to 177. Volume picking up a little bit on the drop, so it looks like some people are selling and taking profits right here. Maybe starting a little squeeze. We'll see if it can maintain and keep pushing back up. All right, guys, we got about 12 minutes till the open. TRXC still making that push. Pushing up towards that after hours pre-market high. Check out the 2-minute on this one. So it's holding nicely over $4. And so we'll see if it can keep holding here over 4. It's up to 438 now. So we'll see if it can break this 450 area here. Its high of yesterday was at right at $5, at $5 even. And so we'll see what this one does. Good morning, Ali. You know, it's hilarious when people say technical analysis doesn't work, because you can see here this thing got rejected exactly at $5. And so, you know, the odds of that happening if technical analysis didn't work are extremely low. And so you can see here it got rejected right at 5. And so that's a point I'm going to be watching for sure. It's at 438 now. And so we'll see what this one does. Moving nicely up to 439, 438. So we'll see. We'll see if NEOT finds some support here in the 170s area. SSKN up to 251. So watching that one for sure. Good morning, LB. What's up, man? RXDX falling down. Hitting 17, testing right at 17 now. So we'll see if it can hold over that. It closed at 1435, so it's gapping up a decent amount already. And so we'll see if it can maintain this and keep pushing up. TRXC up to 444 now. Broke that pre-market after hours high. Broke it by a little bit up to 444 at its high now. So making a nice little push towards the end of pre-market. We'll see if it can keep going. Back down to 437. So it needs a pullback. We'll see if it can push over that 450 area. But I'm going to be watching that point at the open for sure on TRXC. Looks like NEOT found a little bit of support here, holding over $1.80. Watching PLX, SSKN up to 254. Going to be watching that 260 pre-market high for sure at the open. It's a spot I'm definitely interested in on SSKN. TROV's testing that after hours and pre-market high on TROV. Up to 94 cents. So we'll see what this one does. Oh, it's SSKN's not available on UStock. Good morning, Robert. Man, that's a bummer. I really liked SSKN too. Yeah. I could trade it on Robinhood, so I'll maybe trade SSKN on Robinhood. That's a bummer, though. I really wish I could trade it on UStock. Let me check these other ones before I... TROV. So TROV, we're good with TROV. PLX. Okay, so UStock has PLX to trade. APHB. So we have APHB to trade. RXDX, we're good with RXDX. SPPI, good with that. BNTC, good with that. So yeah, SSKN's the only one that UStock doesn't have which is kind of a bummer because I really wish I could trade it for this break of the 260 area. But I do have a day trade left on Robinhood, and so I may use that. Watching TROV here is testing that pre-market after hours high of 96 cents up to 95 now. Obviously want to see this one push $1 today. See if it can hold over that. Watching PLX for the same kind of idea, same trade idea. See if it can break this pre-market high at 93 and test $1 today. So I'm watching those two. Yeah, Troy, I just checked it. UStock doesn't have SSK in, which is a bummer. I wish it did, but I can trade it on Robinhood, and so I may get in on Robinhood if it breaks that 260 area. We'll see. NEOT's kind of rebounding here up to 186, so found some support at that $1.80 area. SYNT a little bit as well. It's sitting right at 24 now, so we'll see what that one does. NEOT starting to pull up to 187. Also watching GoPro. See if we can test that 970 pre-market high. Gonna keep watching TROV on the screen. SSKN pushing back up to 255. It got rejected the first push at this pre-market high at 260, so we'll see if it can break it on this push. Might be a good play this morning to $3. So watching that for sure. The SPY is going to open much higher. Lewis, let's check out the SPY. Yeah, SPY's gapping up nicely. May drop down some. A lot of times when the SPY gaps up, it ends up washing out throughout the day. So we'll see. Okay, guys, we got about 3.5 minutes. I'm gonna go use the restroom really quick before the open starts, so I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. So SSKN broke over that pre-market high at the 260 area. It's up to 263. So we'll see if this one can test $3. That shows a decent amount of strength right there. And so while I might have preferred it to wait until the open to break that pre-market high, it does show some strength. And so we'll see if it can push up. Still, it's pretty extended, so we'll see what it does. And what's up, guys? If you're just joining us and want to see me trade the market live with my small account at the open, make sure you hit that subscribe button, click the bell next to it, and make sure you give this live stream a like. Hit that like button. We really appreciate the support, guys. Yeah, SSKN up to 265 now. Just got bounced down a little bit. So I'm watching TROV, PLX, SSKN, NEOT, BNTC, APHB, TROV, RXDX. We got about a minute left until open, guys, so good luck, everyone. GoPro pushing up towards that pre-market high. Right now it's up to 969. We'll see what that one does. SPPI. Yeah, I think SPPI will start pushing up nicely. Let's see if it can break 20. It had a lot of resistance at 20 so far in after hours. You can see here, SPPI. It had some resistance at this $20 point in after hours and pre-market, and so that's the crucial point. I want to see if it breaks that before I get in it. Alright, guys, we got about 20 seconds left, so good luck in the market, everyone. Hopefully we can all make some money. All right, here we go. Watching TROV. Looks like SSKN's pushing up nicely. Watching TROV. See if we can break that 96-cent level. There it goes. That's up to 96 cents now. Wait a second. There we go. All right, I'm gonna jump in with 50 shares on TROV. Just a small share size, just to see if it breaks this $1 area. There it goes, testing that $1 point. See if it can consolidate some. I'm going to get out if it drops below 93 cents, where that open was. Go ahead and set a stop loss there at 92 cents. All right, so SSKN fell down a little bit. We'll see if it pushes back up, breaks this 275 high. That's the point I'm watching with that one. SPPI is pushing up nicely. It broke over 20. TROV is finding a lot of resistance here at $1, so we'll see. APHB's falling down some. Watching SSKN for a possible opening range breakout here. Look at the 5-minute. See if it can break this after this high right here at 275. So that's the level I'm watching with this one. May jump in on Robinhood if it can. There it goes, SSKN breaking that previous high. Still trying to let TROV work for me. See if it can push over $1. I'm going to get out if it drops below this 96-cent level for a very small loss. Okay. And I'm out for a $3 loss on TROV. Just didn't like it. So a very small loss on TROV. Let's see. See if we can find something else moving. Watching XNET. XNET is pushing up nicely. SSKN washing out. Glad I didn't get in that one. NBRV, guys, check that out. It's pushing up nicely, so check out NBRV. Fell down a lot. Doesn't have a ton of volume, so watching that one still, but XNET is pushing up nicely. Let's see what else is moving. OPTT pushing up. Watching OPTT here. See if it holds support at this previous high. There it goes. Wait for a pullback on OPTT here. AXAS is pushing up. Waiting for a pullback on OPTT. Looks like TROV couldn't do it. Glad I got out when I did for a very small $3 loss. Waiting for a pullback on OPTT here. Watching AXAS as well. RXDX pushing up nicely, guys. You can see here this was a nice washout long setup on XNET. Watching AXAS as well. XNet up to 540. OPTT up to 94 cents. I want it to pull back before $2, and so if it doesn't pull back before $2, I trust it a little bit less when it breaks, but you never know really. It's bouncing up nicely, hitting that $2 area. We'll see about a pullback here on OPTT. Breaking $2. Up to 204. Man, this thing's on a big tear right now. OPTT, guys, is running big. There's the pullback. See if it can pounce back up. Up to 201. Watching OPTT pretty closely here. Gonna go ahead and get in OPTT here. Up to 207. Big drop on OPTT. XNET is running, guys, so check out XNET. I'm going to go ahead and sell OPTT here for a $4 loss. I don't like that other candle. Yeah, so this is just making me think I need to stop trading right at the open. Give it 15 minutes or so. We'll see if XNET or OPTT has another pullback. I wasn't chasing with that one, Troy. I tried to get in on the first pullback after it held too. So, but yeah, I can see how you think I might be chasing. It was already up a big amount. I tried to get in if it held 2 as support, but it's okay. The last few days I've had losing trades, my first few trades, and then I'm able to bounce back. And so we'll see. It's just making me think, you know, you always have to watch how your trading is and base your trading off of what works for you. And lately, you know, I had some decent luck at the open. The first few times, but lately trading the open hasn't been working for me, so we'll see. And just my luck, OPTT's pushing right back to 207, and it would have been a good trade. There it goes. I'm gonna get in because it broke this pre-market high, and so we'll see if it holds. It just broke that pre-market high, so it's pushing up. So we'll see. Maybe chasing here. Yeah, just frustrated because my trade idea was a good idea. Like the first time I entered this thing, it would have worked, but it just didn't work out that time. Up to 222, 224, 225. The spread's getting a little serious on this one. I don't like that drop. We'll see. The 227, 229, 230. Go ahead and exit here for a 550 profit on OPTT. So I was able to ride that one up, take away some of that loss. So I'm down about $3 now. So I got out right at a good time on OPTT. We'll see what else is moving. Nice job. Nice job, Jake. Yeah, I went ahead and took that profit, Charles. It was time, man. What bothers me though is that I lost $4 on my first trade, getting spooked out of it when it dropped under 2. And so I got in right around 202, and I should have just held. I just got spooked out of it. And so it would have been a much bigger winner of about $15 or $16. That's something I need to work on. I'm going to have to review this trade. And it ended up being a profitable trade. I was able to bounce back, but I shouldn't have sold right here. I should have waited, set my stop loss here at 192 where that previous low was, is what I should have done. And so hindsight's always 20/20, but it's okay. Made a little bit of money on it, so I can't complain too much about it, I guess. TTOQ. Calm down, Troy. You know, like I got in on the first pullback right here. It wasn't really chasing, you know. You can see here, obviously wasn't chasing. It was getting in after the first pullback. That's one of my strategies, is I like to get in after that first 1 minute pullback, and it just kind of spooked me out right here when it dropped under 2. But you can see it was a good setup. I just didn't hold it like I should have, and so it wasn't chasing. It was actually a strategy to get in after this first 1 minute pullback, and you can see it worked, but I just got spooked out too early right here, and so it wasn't chasing. It was a strategy. Let me see if anything else is moving. Yeah, TTOO just doesn't have that volume that I'm looking for. If you like the more expensive stocks, ICHR is pushing up. Might have a little pullback here, but going to be watching it. TROV is finding some support at 90 cents, so we'll see if it can curl back up and start pushing back. OPTT up to 240, up to 243. So yeah, I made 11 cents from it. Definitely had some more room. Sold here at about 228, 229, so I could have made another 10 cents, but oh well. ICHR, guys. And ICHR is not available on UStock. That's a bummer. SSKN had this big washout. Look, Troy's a loyal person in this chat. I'm not hating on him. I'm not yelling at him. He thought I was chasing. He's trying to help me. So, you know, don't hate on Troy. He was just trying to help. I was just explaining I wasn't chasing. One of my strategies is getting in after this first 1 minute pullback, and it just had this second one to kind of fake me out under $1.94, under this $2 point. And so he was trying to help, but I was just explaining I wasn't chasing. You know, I was getting in after this first 1 minute pullback, and you can see, you know, this is my ultimate plan with it, is to ride it up for this push. But I got spooked out on my first trade here. I was able to make it back on my second trade, but, you know, just disappointing. I got spooked out here. Got to work on that. Yeah, Troy has some good call outs, man, you know. I appreciate him being here, so I'm not hating on him. You know, he was just trying to help. Yeah, I kind of wish I could trade ICHR. It's not available on UStock. I don't see anything else on my watch list that's really moving like I wanted it to. APHB's washing out. TROV is finding some support at 90 cents, but it's just not doing what I wanted it to. RXDX is falling down. SPPI had a double top, and so, you know, nothing really moving like I want it to. The only thing moving is OPTT, and I'm not going to chase it now. I think if I got in now, I'd be chasing, although it might be a good buy if it holds over this 220 for a pullback, maybe on a little bit larger time frame, maybe the 2 minute. You know, on the 2 minute, this might be a good pullback, but now I would consider getting an OPTT chasing. BNTC, SRAX. Let me see. Yeah, we'll see if BNTC can find some support here at $3. So you're in it, Gert. Okay, so what I like to do, and this, I'm not a professional investor, you know, you have to make your own assessment of the market, but what I would do if I was in it is set a stop loss here underneath this previous low right here at 287. You know, and it might hold over 3 to reverse, and a good entry is at 317. It might have some resistance here at 329, but that's what I would do in this trade. Like I said, I'm not an investment professional. I'm not liable if you take losses, but that's what I would do, is set a stop loss here, probably at like 286. So if it drops under where this low was, you know, I'd get out. ENVV, Troy. Yeah, it is moving up a little bit cheaper of a stock, but we'll see if it can start pushing. I wanted to pick up some volume though, especially with a stock this cheap. It needs to have more than 50,000 shares traded per minute. Just because it's so cheap, you should be able to, you know, people should be buying way more shares. And so I want the volume to increase, but I do like this little push it's had. So we'll watch it. Yeah, no problem, Gert. We'll see if OPTT finds some support here where this previous low was at 222. Yeah, see, that's why it would be chasing if you got in here, just because the pattern's broken. Big pullback here. We'll see if it holds over this 206 for OPTT. DRIO, Black Monday. Oh, wow. Good call out, man. I like that. Big volume spike, big push over 3. Let's see if UStock has it. Nope. I had a feeling UStock wouldn't have it. For these really cheap bio stocks, a lot of the time UStock doesn't. So I can't trade DRIO, but if you don't have UStock, check out DRIO. Had a big volume spike, broke over $3. Went up, pushed up $1 in the last 4 minutes. And so big run on DRIO, but can't trade it, unfortunately. Here's ENVV. See if it can pick up some volume. Like I said, this one's so cheap, it should have way more volume than this. Let me see. What's the volume on this? Than this little 21,000 shares. It should have way more than that, just because it's so cheap of a stock. So we'll see. See if AKTX has a little range breakout here. Looks like it tried. Look at the 5 minute. Gonna watch AKTX for this little range breakout here. See what it can do. SPPI is kind of pushing up. DRIO is halted, guys. So that's what's going on with it. You can look at SPPI right here. So DRIO is halted right above $3. It will probably gap up, although this is a big push, so we'll see what it does as well. HMNY, big washout. This one was bound to fall. after this huge push from 250 all the way to 30 something dollars. This one's down to $17 even. So big washout on HMNY, guys. If you can short, might be a good short. It's got a long way to go, so we'll see. GNMX, guys, as well, kind of slowly pushing up. FRFS. Yeah, I want to see this one break that 60-cent area. Not going to touch this one until it breaks that. A little bit cheaper of a stock. UStock probably won't even have this one, I'm guessing. Yeah, too cheap for a stock. I've noticed UStock doesn't have anything under really like 5 cents. So, can't trade it. A lot of stuff is washing out in the market today, so not a lot of big movers going up except for OPTT. Watching GNMX, but we'll see what that one does. I'm down about $3 so far. Not going to force anything. Going to wait for a good setup. But yeah, this is making me think I should skip the first 15 minutes. That's usually when, lately, you know, the past 3 or 4 months I've been killing it at the open, but lately at the open I've been having some losing trades. I bounced back towards the middle of the day, but at the open I just haven't been doing well the last few days, and so I might start waiting for the first 15 minutes to pass. We'll see. We'll see if HMNY can find some support here at 17. Oh yeah, Troy, I think everybody thinks you're yelling because you're always in caps. And I know you're not yelling, but sometimes it looks like you're just yelling everything at everybody because you're always in caps. And so maybe that's why people thought you were yelling. But I know you well enough since you've been in here that you're always in caps. And so Fly Guy, I trade the 5 minute, the 1 minute. It just depends. I try to look at the stock from each time frame, you know, and that's what I usually judge it off of. You can see I have the 2 minute up on this chart, 5 minute up on this one, 1 minute up here, and so it all depends. If I'm doing a range breakout like I'm watching on AKTX, I use the 5 minute chart. You know, and it all just depends. Usually right at the open, I try to use the 1 minute chart because that's when you'll see the setups going on that you may miss on a bigger time frame. And so it all just depends. SRAX, Troy. Let's see if we can push over 4. Might be a good trade. SPPI is kind of forming a little triangle here. FRFS is halted. You can see this triangle here. Let me see. You can see this triangle forming right here on SPPI. We'll see what it does here. OPTT. Yeah, you know, I get why Troy's always in caps is because he's typing out tickers. And so when you're typing out, you know, stocks, you put them in caps. And so, you know, I understand why. GNMX possibly... possibly flagging here. Let's see, 5 minute chart. Yeah, might be a good 5 minute setup on OPTT. Want to see it break this 250 area first though. Nice job, Troy. Good job, bro. GNMX is kind of flagging a little bit. Yeah, see, there's the break of that triangle, and it's heading down. We'll see what it does. Might be forming a different triangle. Let's see. Yeah, you could consider that a triangle, but this kind of breaks it right here. We'll see what it does. Watching OPTT again. See if it can flag on this 5-minute. Up to 224. We'll see. Double top here on GNMX. Okay, check out AKS, guys. Pushed over 6. Doesn't have the biggest range for a little bit more expensive of a stock, but we'll see. For a stock over $5, but we'll see. See if it can hold 6. OPTT starting to kind of push back up. Watching AKS. Gonna hop in with 30 shares, small share size. I'll get out if it drops under 6. I'll hold this one for a little while too. Gonna try to let AKS work for me a little bit. Doesn't have the biggest range on it though. Watch it OPTT to see if it can rebound here. There's not a ton of movement right now, so we'll see if we get any big pushes. So AKTX might not give me that range breakout that I'm looking for. CTRXC. See about a potential bounce here on TRXC. Yeah, this one washed out. I thought it may. There's not a ton of movers in the market right now. We'll see if we can find anything else. CRC kind of has a little push. You can look at CRC. Had a nice little breakout here. Yeah, you can see SPPI, once it broke that triangle, it washed out. So you can see after everybody was most likely watching this triangle pattern here on SPPI, you can see it drop down. AKS is moving. I think I used a little bit too small of shear size on this one. And so I'll let it run, see what it does, see if it ever gets me to test that 650 area. It's got a little bit of room to 690, so we'll see. CRC's pushing up. See if I can find anything else. There's not a ton of movement in the market today, guys. SRAX, MBOT, OPTT. Yeah, good call on MBOT. We'll see what this one does. It needs to hold and push up over this 26-cent area. SRAX. Good morning, Kay. Yeah, leave Troy alone, man. Troy's a valuable member of this stream, you know. He does have some good callouts. So, SRAX. Yeah, we'll see if it can hold over 4. That's the big point I'm watching with it. Gonna let AKS pull back here. Holding a super small share size of only 30 shares. Should have used a little bit larger sizing most likely, but we'll see if it holds over this previous high at 604. I'll get out for a very minimal loss if it doesn't. See if it holds. Yeah, Lewis, I'm waiting. I'm trying to be patient. That's why I use the small share size with AKS. I'm down like $3 right now, and so not a big loss by any means. I'm just waiting to see something I like. The market's not really moving like I want it to. Not a ton of movers right now. The only thing that's really kind of setting up is maybe OPTT here on the 5-minute. So we'll see if it can flag and push over this previous high at 245. But until then, I'm not messing with it. Let's see. And there's just really not that much else moving. RTNB, Black Monday. Okay, I do like this push on RTNB. We'll see if it pushes up and tests $1. It's up to 85 cents now. Got a lot of space to cover though to make it to $1, so we'll see. Oh. I don't know what I just did. There we go. Sorry guys. Don't know what that was. Watching GoPro here, maybe. GoPro forming a little triangle here. Let's see if GoPro can break that. Watching RTNB. See what it does. Needs to push up some. It went up and tapped 90 cents. And so we'll see. Up to 88 cents now. So RTNB is pushing up nicely. BPTH. Don't like the 5-minute on BPTH. Yeah, just not that much volume. RTNB's pushing up though, up to 90 cents. Up to 92, so RTNB's making a nice push up to 93. Gonna watch this. If it breaks under 603, I'm out for like a $1 or $2 loss on AKS. We'll see. Watching it here. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get out here for a $1 loss. Not too worried about that one. Not moving like I want it to. It could always push up. I use too small of share size. But check out RTNB, guys. Slowly grinding up, testing that $1 area. Gonna watch it for sure. It's a former runner. This one ran a few weeks ago, maybe a month or two ago. So check out RTNB. It's right at 97 cents now, so we'll see if it makes this $1 push. It's kind of creeped up to $1 now, so watching RTNB for sure. Right, Dallas. When limited liquidity happens, I understand it. UStock being a peer-to-peer broker, limited liquidity happens when other traders on UStock, when it doesn't have a seller if you want to buy, and it doesn't have a buyer if you want to sell. And so that's why you have to use limit orders. It doesn't necessarily have anything to do with it, but my opinion on that is that if a stock has a ton of volume, that means other people are usually trading it on UStock. You know, if a stock has tons of volume and, you know, it's kind of one of these big movers that everyone is watching, like in the last few days, TRXC was one of them, LINU. You know, other people should be trading that on UStock. So it's frustrating, but I understand it being a peer-to-peer broker, you know. ISIG. Yeah, broke over 150 and then washed out. And so we'll see if it can pick up some volume. Watching RTNB right here though. See what it does. Right, that makes sense, Dallas. Yeah, RTNB fell down to 87. Got rejected at $1, so we'll see. Not a ton of moving right now in the market, guys. We'll see if we can find something else, but not a lot moving. Yeah, Jake, I see RTNB couldn't make it over 1. We'll see if it makes another push here, and this is just a very big pullback for a flag pattern, but we'll see. Let's look at the 5-minute. So far on the 5-minute, it doesn't have, it's pulling back on the 5-minute, so we'll see. It could always break over and continue pushing up, but definitely not going to get into it now. And guys, if you're just now joining the stream or if it's your first time, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want to see this live stream every morning. I go over what's moving in pre-market and then trade my small account live at the open. So make sure you hit that subscribe button like I said, and you can click the bell next to the subscribe button and it will give you an alert each time I go live. So check that out. Also, like this stream, hit that like button if you want to support us. We definitely appreciate it. Yeah, we'll see what RTNB does right here. It dropped down to 85 cents just now, and so definitely don't like it as much as I did. Not a ton of stuff I like, to be honest, right now. Not a ton of stuff moving in the market. Kind of a slow and choppy day. FCEL, Jake. Yeah, kind of a slow grind up. Doesn't have that much volume, but it has okay volume. Not a huge range, but we'll see if it can push up, make a breakout play here on FCEL. There goes OPTT. Starting to push back up. Possible 5-minute flag pattern here on OPTT. Not doing what I wanted it to, though. I want it to keep pushing up, break this 230 high. It's dropping back down. If I do get in, I'll set a stop loss at about $2.10. You can see it had a lot of support at 211, and so this candle went below it, but most of the support was right here at 210, 211, and so we'll see. If I do get in, that'll be my stop. But I'm just waiting. I'm not forcing anything right now. There's not a ton of good setups that I like. So overall, a kind of choppy day. We'll see what AKS does to see if it ever pushes back. It's finding a lot of support here, though, and so we'll see what AKS does at 603. Volume's definitely going down on RTNB. Yeah, not a ton of movement. Kind of a slow, choppy day. We'll see if anything picks up here. So you can see all these these down wicks on OPTT. This means there's a lot of buying pressure, and so that's usually a good thing. And so I'm going to watch it. If I do get in, it's going to be a really small share size. There it goes. Maybe 25 shares. Gotta give it a little bit of time though. Not gonna force it. Want to see it keep pushing up, breaking over this 238 point. ECA kind of slowly pushing up, testing 12. So ECA, if you like these a little bit more expensive of a stocks, ECA is pushing up. Oh man, not a ton moving. Kind of a slow, dull day right now. It's the first slow day there's really been in a while. Usually there's been some big pushes, and it's not even 10:30 yet. ECYT kind of slow grind up. Yeah, the biggest thing I'm watching now is OPTT. See if it can reverse here, break over this 237 point for a test of this high at 245, and then the test of 250. Still watching it though, kind of a slow grind up. Watching ECYT here, see if it can push up test 5. Watching ECA, see if it can break 12 right here. Up to 1199. Just a slow, dull day, guys. Yeah, I got ECYT on here. Watching ECYT, I want to see it hold support here at that previous high of 285. So it may be a good entry right here to see if it tests 5 with a stop at 283 or 284. Yeah, it looks like my getting out of AKS here at 603 was a good idea. Gonna watch ECYT. If it holds support here at 485 and 484, I may jump in looking for it to push up and test 5 with a small share size, maybe like 50 shares. We'll see though. OPTT starting to push up. There it goes, breaks 237. Needs to get over 237 for me to consider it. There we go. Alright, so I got in with 25 shares on OPTT here, see if it could push up. Up to 239. Back down to 237. Yeah, we'll see. Down to 230. If it breaks into the 220s, I'll probably get out. Gonna hold it and try to let it work for me though. Watching ECYT here to see if it holds this previous high of support at 484. Also watching ECA to see if it flags here and breaks over 12. Yeah, it looks like ECYT couldn't do it. ECA breaking over 12 now. Set a small loss on ECYT or OPTT of 226. Just not moving like I wanted to. Down to 229, 228. Not a ton moving in the market. Really slow, choppy day. We'll see if ECYT hits at 480 support. CREE kind of running a little bit for more expensive of a stock. AMPE, Dave. We'll check out AMPE. Yeah, not a ton of volume. Very low volume. It's over 1, but maybe check out a different time frame chart on this one. Yeah, I don't like the chart. It's just not what I want to see really. CREE is kind of pushing up for a little bit more expensive of a stock. Really pretty 5-minute chart on CREE, breaking over this previous high right here at 31.68. Could be a double top forming right here though. You're listening in your car, huh, Sandra? Yeah, there's not a lot of movement. The market's really slow, honestly. So we'll see if it picks up some. Watching CLSN right here, testing $4. OPTT just trying to break over that 240 area, not happening for it. Watching ECYT here. See if it can push up and test that 490 previous high. And I got stopped out of OPTT at for about a 330 loss, I think it was. Just not doing what I wanted to. Could form a cup and handle here. Yeah, I got out of it. So about a $6 loss on the day. We'll see if I get in anything else. Doesn't look like I may though. Not a lot moving. Very small loss on the day so far. So not going to force anything. We'll see what OPTT does. If it can break 245, I may jump back in it. But until then, I'm not going to mess with it. It's being a little bit too slow moving right here. It's consolidating okay, but we'll see what happens with OPTT. NEOT, Sandra? I think NEOT washed out today. Yeah, washed out. It's kind of creeping back up here. Broke over the 150s. I might get in NEOT here, actually. It has some room. If it can keep pushing up, it has some room over this point right here. Up to the 170s. How much do I put in when I trade? Usually it's anywhere from like 200 or 300, depending on how many shares I buy. Sometimes smaller. It just depends on how fast the stock's moving, how expensive it is, and stuff like that, Troy. Watching NEOT here, though, you can see it has some room up to about the 170s. Not a huge range, though, so far today on it. So we'll see. ECYT couldn't push, dropping big. Not a ton of movement. Not that much going on. Gonna keep watching OPTT here, but see if it kind of has a cup and handle forming if it drops down. Consolidating well. Want to see it break that 240 area. That's the biggest resistance. What's frustrating is it dropped 2 cents under where my stop was, and so I barely got stopped out of this one. Just waiting for something to move. There's OCN, but it's not moving that much. Watching NEOT here. There it goes. I may jump in NEOT right here. Try to ride it up to see if it bounces back some. I'm in NEOT with 50 shares. Horrible fill though. Horrible fill. And a big drop. Gonna get out if it drops below 154. CREE's pushing up really nicely. Just too expensive for me, but really nice chart on CREE, guys. Gonna set my stop at 154 with this one for a 450 loss. There goes OPTT. Watching OPTT here at 245. Gonna go ahead and buy here with 25 shares on OPTT. Well, see, I use a really small share size just because I don't want it to, it might get rejected at this 250 point, and so I'm going to let it work. Yeah, Jacob, I may be chasing a little bit. It's okay. I'm down like $5 on the day so far, and so it's okay. OPTT pushing up over the 250s. Maybe add another 25 shares, make my full sizing 50 shares if it holds over 250. I used a small share size just because it could easily get rejected here at the 250s. And so if it does get rejected, it's a super small loss. So we'll see. Up to 253. Want to see it hold that as support now. Sitting at 250s, watching it closely up to 251. May add here if it can break that 254 area. Kind of sitting at 250 right now, 251. Hey, Troy's just trying to help, you know what I mean? It's okay. Like, the way I see it, I've had a decent amount of profitable days the last few months, and so I'm up a decent amount. I'm going to take some losses. Losing days are always going to happen, and so, you know, it's okay. I may be chasing. We haven't had a very slow day like this in the market lately, and so I'm used to seeing lots of lot of good positions, you know, for a while, like a decent amount of good trades to make. And today the market's just really slow, and so I have to work on not forcing trades when the market is this slow. I just haven't experienced it being this slow in a while, so we'll see what happens. I got stopped out of NEOT. I'm down like $7 on the day maybe, and so I'm trying not to force. Or trying not to revenge trade is what I should really say. Just waiting to see if OPTT can push back up. Gonna get out if it drops under 240. There it goes. And I'm out. Give it a second to see if it rebounds quickly. 237. 240. Yeah, this is why I only use 25 shares, because it could easily get rejected at that $0.50. Gonna see if it consolidates here and comes back. OCN pushing up. $234. Go ahead and set a stop loss under this candle here at 233. NVAX. Troy, man, you're a popular dude, bro. You know? Yeah, NVAX isn't moving like I want it to, really. We'll see what it does, but it's not moving quite like I want it to. Right, Troy? You're the man, bro. No, you really are. Troy has some good call-outs. I'm glad he's in this chat. OPT up to 246. We'll see what it does. CREE pushing up over 32. The market's just really slow today. The volume is just not very much. There's just not very much volume. And so it's just super slow today. I don't know what's going on. Usually there's a few afternoon runners or morning runners, but not today. Not a ton moving. TROV, not really moving that much. Down to 240 on OPTT. CREE running a little bit. Just a slow day. It hasn't been this slow in a while. Not anything moving. Everything kind of washed out today in the market too. YUMA had this big push over $1 and then it faded out. Just a slow day watching CREE, a little bit more expensive of a stock, to see if it holds over 32. Yeah, don't worry about it, Troy. Small loss, man. You're already up big on the day, so. All right, guys, so nothing is moving in the markets. I'm looking. There's nothing moving that I see. Yeah, Tierra, let's see the SPY. Yeah, it's just like I said this morning. I called out. I said when the SPY gaps up, a lot of times when the SPY gaps up, it tries to fill the gap at the open. So the SPY drops. You said the SPX did as well. Yeah, the SPX did the same thing. So that's causing a lot of these washouts. You know, I actually prefer days when the SPY is gapping down, because that usually means it pops right back up. And so we'll see what happens. But overall, a really slow day for me. I think I'm down $8 or $9 by the end of the day. I'll have to check so far. So not a great day. Not a bad day. Just a very small loss of less than $10. So we'll see what happens. CREE pushing up over 32 nicely. Gonna see what OPTT does. It's found some support here at 240. And so it's holding right where this previous high was. So we'll see if it can push up. But we'll see. Not moving very fast at all. Volume's kind of slowly dying down. We'll see if it picks back up. TRXC. Sandra. Yeah, we'll see if TRXC can bounce back from this big wash it had today. OPTT down to 237. I'll probably end up getting out here if it drops under this 235 point. Stop at 233, but if it drops under this candle, yeah, I'm out. So a 450 loss on OPTT. With all that said, guys, today's not going great. Nothing really moving in the market except for the more expensive stocks. A lot of fake outs, not really much volume so far in the market. SSKN, Jeremy. I'll look at SSKN before I shut the stream down. Yeah, SKN needs to push over 2, but we'll see. Not a lot moving, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and shut the stream down. If you want to keep watching these streams every morning, I go over what's moving in pre-market and then trade live at the open. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, click the bell next to it to get that alert every time I go live. Make sure you like this video and show your support and like and comment on all our videos. We definitely appreciate that support, guys. With all that being said, good luck for the rest of the day. Hopefully the volume picks up a little bit and we don't get these fake outs like there's been. Maybe I'll rebound by the end of the day. You'll see in a video if I do. Good luck, guys, and thanks for watching the stream.